Hey guys, I wanted to kind of document pretty much what I'm doing to attract new businesses to my marketing agency. So, what I pretty much do is first, and you'll see this throughout the video, but pick a company that I want to go after, that I think I could actually provide value to. And then after I do that, I quickly record a video, kind of looking at their website and giving them a free marketing audit on pretty much what I would do and would change on how to improve what they currently have. And then obviously kind of mention the fact that, there's a lot more that goes into marketing. And if they want to have that discussion and get serious about generating leads online, then they should probably start that conversation with me. And then I go through LinkedIn, find the prospect that I actually want to talk to, try to connect with them on LinkedIn. And then if they do connect, I would send them this short video. And, it's a way better solution than trying to do cold email. And it's more specific. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit more time, but the results are pretty much worth it. So here you go. So, okay, the first step is obviously to pick the company we want to go after. So, in order to do that, it's very simple. You type in on Google the keyword of the company that you want to search. So, I'm after IT service company. So, that's exactly what I would write on Google. And I like to add a geographical location just because that's where I'm after. But obviously, if your niche is different, you could do as you wish. So, looking at the results here, you probably don't want to go after the sponsored companies just because they're probably bigger companies with more budgets. You're trying to get into the lower companies that aren't doing this, and provide that service to them, amongst other things. And I think the best way to kind of pinpoint that company or those companies that you want to go after is this business section here. So if you go on this kind of directory, you can see that there's a lot of listings here with geographical locations of the businesses you want to go after. So if I want to, for example, pick a company that I want to check out, I can just simply click on the website link here. And this will take me to their website. Now, obviously, you might go through a couple and see that, okay, this website I can't really improve. This website and the company has a big budget and they're doing everything that they should be doing. But for example, you find a company like this that could use a little bit of a help and a boost in their marketing. So I can say that right off the bat because they have this motion slider of graphics, as you can see here, with stock images in the background, and that is a very outdated technique in website marketing. So in a lot of businesses nowadays are not, they pretty much got rid of this because it's distracting and it just scatters the prospect. So again, the value I would provide to this company is that I would change this to something better. So obviously, I would suggest that we don't use stock images. We use either the geographical location that they're operating in just to make that connection with the prospect. And also the text we would use is pretty much their USP. So how long have they been in service? The location they targeted, if they do target any locations, and if they target any specific industries. So these are all points that you could help them display on the website to better connect with the prospect on their site. So, and then if we scroll down, I do a whole bit on the above the fold because that's the section here and it's a very important section that, if you don't have this nailed down correctly, then obviously people are not going to be engaged with the rest of it. So again, I would scroll down and I would give suggestions to kind of change this because the service section, because they're talking about partners here. They're talking about, yeah, they're pretty much talking about partners when this section should be about their services. And what more importantly, it should be about how their services fix or resolve the pain point of the prospect on the website. So I don't see any of that here. And if there is, it's not very in your face. So probably you tweak that. Again, I would scroll down and hit every section on kind of what could be improved and what should be improved. Again, I would focus on the image here that is very much in the robotic space and manufacturing space, and I would probably question, if I was a prospect on this website, pretty much from what I've seen so far, if I'm even on the right industry, and this is what I'm looking for, because I don't see any sort of IT services displayed other than this banner here that, if I'm not paying attention, could be swept away at any second. So I would give them pointers and tips on how to better their strategy, right? And why choose us again? This section would definitely and could definitely be improved. Again, the stock images are really outdated and people don't like them anymore. Instead of instead of being beneficial, I think for a company, it works in the opposite way, where people are so sick of them now, where it shows credibility, it shows untrustfulness when someone is just using a lot of stock images, and that's just how it is nowadays. They're sick of them. At least they do have some testimonials. And again, when I see something that's positive, I do mention that. You don't want to just keep bombarding them with like, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong. You want to smoothen the process. So if they are doing something that is good and that is beneficial, you should definitely say that. So for these guys, the testimonials I would give a huge thumbs up to. And then the partners, again, for my industry, the partners, oh, sorry, I think these are, oh, sorry, these are not partners. Um, yeah, so just by this here, I initially thought that these were the partners. Again, copy, especially bolded copy, is very important on a website. And I would mention this point as well, that if they didn't have these logos kind of displayed on the testimonials, then I would have skimmed past this and thought this was just a random we partner with, so, or we're trusted by. Um, but again, yeah, I would just highlight that. Obviously, still mention that it's a good thing for my industry. It's a little bit iffy if you have your customers on the website just for security reasons, but for another niche, it'd be perfectly fine to have. And then, yeah, at the bottom, typically, you would end with a call to action to get in contact, because, and I would emphasize this point that the website is there to start conversations, especially with a B2B business, is there to start conversations between you and people who are interested in buying your services. Most probably, they're not going to buy your services on the first day or even on the first conversation, just because the MRR is a large amount. But you need to build that trust throughout these conversations, and you need to show them that you have what it takes to provide the service that you say you're going to deliver. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I would probably highlight the fact that I would put an embedded form instead of just a link to another page, just because you want as little distraction as possible. So if they're right there, and the form is right in front of them, they're just going to fill it in. If they have a contact us button, they're going to go to a different page. They might see something that they don't like or whatever, or take some time to think about something else, and then probably they could click off or something like that. So you don't want to have that. But other than that, I would definitely keep an eye out on the footer as well. I would mention the footer. For these guys, they haven't updated this site most probably since 2020. And even if they did update it after the fact, simply having 2020 there is a very red flag for both Google and people who are looking for your services. So I would highlight that pointer, that if that's not up to date, then it's going to be a negative on their end, because customers want to make sure that you're still in business before they give you a little bit of your time. So yeah. So hopefully you enjoyed that video. Hopefully it gives you another idea on how to actually, be creative and find new ways to reach out to the people that you want to talk to. We all have, services that we want to sell, and we know that we can provide value to these companies. So trying to get in front of the people you want to speak to is probably the number one thing, especially when you're starting out. So yeah, I hope that helped.